Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I'm glad you clicked when you clicked. The link in the invitation was wrong 30 seconds ago, and I just changed it.
Oh yeah, because I tried it like 3 times.
Oh, I'm glad you
That's when-
tried again and you didn't
yeah.
give up. Thank you for that.
No,
Sorry about it.
no problem. I was anxious for the call.
Nice. How is your day going? Where are you connecting from?
I am in near Houston, Texas, a little bit outside of it. Good, going good. Really enjoying. I just recently subscribed to Listadum. I'm really enjoying it.
We are
Very
glad to hear
useful.
that.
Yes.
Trying to be as helpful as possible and with the software, but also with sessions like today where we just share knowledge openly and open a conversation. See where
Great.
that goes. One moment. Good morning. Oh, some known names in there. Pavanesh, it's going to be an interesting one for you. Today we are going to go in details on images, the thing that we've told you to do so many times. So we're looking forward to see if you have updated your listing. All right.
Cool, Denise. Where is everyone from?
Houston.
Stroud, UK. Cool.
Well, we try to make it at this time so that people from all over the US and, if possible, Europe can make it. So that's great to hear that you get to do it from the UK, Arizona. All right. 5 p.m. 5 p.m. isn't too bad. Pavanesh is in India, I think. So it will be what, 10 p.m.? Getting later now. Awesome. All right. Well, I think we can get started. Welcome to this Listadum office hour session. Every other week, we have a live session of an hour and a half where we discuss either a topic, and today is going to be one of these sessions where we focus on a topic, or the other time, usually we do listing critiques where people can share the link to their listings and we analyze it live and give our opinion on what can be done differently, what can be experimented with to try and increase visibility on things. So today is one of these sessions where we are going to go and focus on a topic, and we have decided to talk about listing images today. We believe that listing images is one of the most powerful tools you have to increase your visibility and sales on Etsy. And you will see that it's all connected. Like, we often hear people focus so much energy into SEO, which is trying to find the perfect tag and the perfect title. But the reality is that your images matter probably more than your SEO. Because if you have perfect SEO, but nobody clicks on the listing in search, it does not matter. If you have perfect SEO and people click on the listing in search, but don't end up buying at a too high a rate, Etsy is just going to diminish your presence in search, and so your perfect SEO efforts are wasted. So today we are going to talk about different type of images and how to hopefully improve your listings so that we can like improve the visibility in search, but also the conversions, because this is all part of an important flywheel that we talk about often. All right, and to illustrate that today, I'm sharing a preview of, I'm going to use a preview of a document that we are writing and that we will share for free once we are done with it, that we call the ST Listing Image Playbook. This is a document where we are going to try and highlight as much information as we can on listing images, going from your thumbnail, your first image, to all the other supporting image type that you should be using in your listings if you want them to convert. So I'm not necessarily going to read the thing, but we're going to talk about the different types of images. So the main thing that we observe on Etsy is that there are a lot of listings that look like this. You open them and they're only using 1 or 2 or 3 images, and that's it.
So it's not scrolling.
It's not scrolling? That's a bummer.
Image. Did you scroll it?
I did. All right, let me try something different. So letting me know. All right, so Safari doesn't work. We're going to try with this one. Is this one scrolling? Yes.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, so to resume. A lot of time when you browse listings on Etsy, you will find a lot of sellers are creating their listings this way. They are putting a thumbnail image because they have to, and they are going to add 1, 2, 3 other images, but like very often you find listings that are completely empty and only use 0 to 1 of the additional images they have on top of the listing thumbnail. And this is pretty catastrophic because the supporting images are here to help you make the sale. So like if the thumbnail is here to get you the click from search, the other images are here to help you convert this visitor into a sale. And so there's kind of a structure for good listings that, like, if you observe very, very big shops and what they are doing, you are going to find that there's kind of a structure, a sequence of images that can help tell a story and answer questions people may have. This is kind of what you want from your images, is answer questions people may have before they have them. And you want to answer that in image, not necessarily remind yourself that if you write it in the description, there is 0 guarantee that people are going to read it. Most people won't even open the description because it's kind of hidden on Etsy. Therefore, it's pretty important to use your images. People are visual buyers, and they're going to use and look at your images. Okay, so the secondary image. So I make the distinction between 2 types of images. There is what I call the thumbnail image or the primary image, which is the one that is going to appear in search. And then everything else, I call that the secondary image. So for the purpose of this document, this is how they are referred by. Until recently, Etsy was giving us 10 images to describe our listing. And recently they increased this limit to 20 images. It was very requested by a lot of sellers, especially sellers that have a lot of variations. 10 was not enough. 20 is too many. That doesn't mean that you should be using 20 images or all 20 images, but you should use a reasonable amount. And a reasonable amount you are going to see is probably somewhere around 5 to 10 images to be able to tell a good story and to answer the questions people may have. Okay, now don't hesitate to interrupt me if I go too much in a weird directions. All right, so and maybe I can make this a little bigger. Okay, so there is kind of a sequence in 10-ish images that we can do that is going to help ensure this is like a mini movie, something that takes it from it looks interesting, the thumbnail, to I need this, I want to buy this, and I click the add to cart button. So the trick is to arrange them and in a sequence that first is going to spark interest and then is going to answer the questions. So the sequence is often going to be starting with obviously our main image, then using one or multiple lifestyle photos. We are going to talk about like the key benefit type of image. So infographics are very often going to be used to help with that. Detailed close-up can be used. Always, if you can or if you need to, add like a size or a scale reference. And then things that are kind of important on Etsy, things like process and behind the scene. People want to connect with you and how you do things. If they wanted something mass produced, they will go on Amazon. Packaging, what's including something around your brand and social proof, which is kind of helping people see that you are another human and they like to buy from a human, but also that you are a reputable seller and that you already have done it and have proof of it. And then if you have many variations, different colors and stuff, this is where you can put more and more option towards the end. All right. Let's start with the primary image. We could make an entire session on the thumbnail or primary image, but we're going to keep it short this time. The job of this image is simple. It's making people stop scrolling in search results. So you want something that is like showing what the product is. It needs to immediately convey who it is for. It needs to have like the right vibe and the right style. And more importantly, yeah, like it needs to keep people from scrolling. It needs to stop them from scrolling. And so if everybody is having exactly the same image, if all your competitors are using exactly the same image in the same frame and the same color palette, then sometimes using something slightly different just to like be a little different can be useful. So some example of images that can be good where I don't know, like these are just example, but like having the product shown in a very centered way, where it's like unequivocal what the product is and what you are going to get is good. If you are selling like books, can be good. Sometimes you will see images that will have text on it. If you are going to use text on it or badges, be careful, as Etsy may use your image in different thing. And I see that there's somebody who asked a question on this about whether image should be square or landscape. And I'm going to kind of like skip all the way down to one of the appendix that we have to show you a little bit around that. So on Etsy, your listing thumbnails can be shown in multiple places. It can be shown in search results. It can be shown on your shop page. It can be shown on mobile and on desktop. It can be shown in the, you may also like sections. There are like so many different places where your listing image is going to be shown. And Etsy is doing something a little funny here. They use the same image for all placement. And unfortunately, not all placement are square, landscape, or portrait. In some places, it's going to be square. In some others, it's going to be portrait. In some others, it's going to be landscape. So it's kind of hard to make the perfect image that is going to work perfectly all the time. So there is like a link to one of the articles that we wrote recently on that topic. Etsy gave us a tool recently to preview what the thing is going to look like when you adjust the thumbnail. Unfortunately, it's not necessarily always going to look good. So like on desktop, it might be square, or landscape or portrait. On mobile, it's like portrait here, sort of portrait here, landscape here. It's going to change really all the time. And so what we recommend personally is to use more of a square approach with margins. So if you read this article, it explains to you that you can use an image that is 2000 by 2000, make sure that your product is dead center and really well focused, well lit, well in the middle, but avoid putting anything in the top margins. And so like if you look at this example, for instance, we are using badges and additional thing. Well, these things are going to be kept in portrait or in landscape. So like you need to be aware of this. But you can build an image that is going to work on many different aspect ratios. So yes, this is a little aparté here, but like highly recommend to read this article, and I'm going to share it in the chat, and this will also be part of the playbook as we explain our findings regarding the listing thumbnail aspect ratio. All right. Now, is there anything you want to add on listing thumbnail, the main image?
No, I feel like we will probably do a big session on it. For now, I think this is good. Just make sure all your key information is in the green zone. If you want to add text and everything, make sure it's not cropping. And 2000 by 2000 pixel is the best.
Yes.
Right, that's it, yeah.
Yes. So in order also like the impact on the primary image for the SEO. So like recently, Etsy has been enforcing one of the guidelines that they have put in the Etsy seller handbook. You want this first image to be at least 2000 by 2000, or at least 2000 on the smaller side. So this is a check that Listadum is doing for you. And so Listadum is giving you a image quality listing issue. You should really pay attention to that, because Etsy just penalizes your listing if the image is not good quality enough. All right. The second type of image in the sequence can be something like lifestyle shot. So the lifestyle shot is just an infographic or an image that is showing how and where your product can be used. You can show like the decor. You can show like you need to imagine, to help the buyer imagine how it's going to look in their own life, but also, and it's something that's very important, you need to help them visualize what it looks like in situations. So like, see, for instance, this is a beach bag. If it's going to use at the beach, and put it on the beach. And also don't hesitate to put jewelry. If it's going to be a ring, put it on a hand. If it's going to be something you hold in your hands, put it next to hands, because it's going to give a sense of scale. It's going to give a sense of where this thing belongs and how it's going to be used. So do not hesitate to do this type of lifestyle images. You want to start your listing with lifestyle images because they help the person project. You don't want to put too many of them though. Very often we see this mistake made by some sellers where they are going to create 10 mock-up images showing the item in 10 different rooms or 10 different, so for instance, wall art being put on 10 different walls. It loses its, there's diminishing return after 1, 2, 3 lifestyle images. It's not useful to put more. This is not answering more questions. Helping people project is good, but you need to use it. You need to not overuse it.
Yeah, also if you use lifestyle shot, make sure they are scattered between like infographic shots, which we will talk about next. But don't stack all of them in the front, because the buyer already clicked on it, they liked what you're offering. Now just kind of make sure that they are placed in the right way, so that you do convert them because they already clicked.
Mm-hmm. Lifestyle shop is not just about showing your thing in a pretty way too. Like you can add, and we are going to see that in more sections, like you can use a lifestyle shot, but annotate it to start answering more of the question. And so you can transform or do two birds with one stone by making an image that is both a lifestyle shot, but also highlight some of the key benefits, for instance. Okay, so to go back to the lifestyle shot, is there anything interesting here? So show the product in real life context. If it's a print, frame it on a wall. If it's a mug, put it on a desk or held in a hand to get a sense of scale. If it's a sticker, stick it somewhere on a laptop, on a water bottle. If it's jewelry, make sure that the person is wearing it. People want to be able to project and imagine what it's going to look like in real life. This image is about emotion, not information. Yes.
Yeah, it's about emotion. Also for lifestyle images, like kind of make sure your background is not cluttered. It's not just about showing the product. It's also kind of placing it in like, an aesthetic setting. So having a decluttered background, good lighting, soft lighting. So those things kind of play a good role in that.
I want to add something based on the sessions we have had in the past. For instance, let's say that we are doing jewelry and we are doing rings. If you are going to take a photo of the ring being worn by somebody, that's awesome, but just make sure that the photo remains aesthetic. Like jewelry needs to have this aesthetic way. So like clean hands and
the focus is on the product.
Focus on the product. Like this remains important. Just having somebody wear it is not enough to, like, you need to keep the aesthetic in mind. All right. Here we say that the lifestyle images are especially powerful on Etsy because people are often buying as a gift, as something to decor their home or something to like express themselves. So like they want help to project themselves into the product, and the lifestyle shots are very useful for them. All right. Another type of image that you can use as a reference image is to highlight a key benefit. So this is a place where you can clearly communicate why your product is special. Very often you are going to see that as either an infographic where you highlight certain things on an image. So you can do two birds, one stone, a lifestyle photo that is annotated, or you can make like a split photo that is going to help you write some text next to an image to highlight the things that are important. So for example, if you are selling like a digital download for something, well, highlight that the fact that it's high resolution or an instant download. If the particularity of your product is that it is handmade, not everything is handmade on Etsy, and if what differentiates you from something you will find on Amazon is the fact that it's handmade, highlight it. If you're using premium material but your competition in a way, name it again, Amazon purchase or something that you will buy at a supermarket, your thing is different because it's using premium material, because it's handmade. You can highlight that. This can be your key benefit. Avoid something aggressive and salesy, like you're not here to sell too much. Like this is not Amazon. You are trying to like continue and build emotion. On Etsy, clean and soft infographic, they perform better than the loud corporate style visual that you will find on other marketplace. Okay, here we probably have some examples. So see, for instance, if we take this, I don't know why it doesn't save my thing here, but like this example of a dog collar where we have a photo of the dog collar and it's highlighting with arrows the buckle or the fact that it's adjustable. These are like the key benefits, the key features of this listing. Similarly, you can have like on this one annotated with like different thing where it's telling you, well, it's made of gold and you can pick your charms and you can choose your name, etc. So like you are really highlighting what makes your listing different. What is the main feature? What are the key benefits of it? Okay. Any questions? Anything you want to add on this now?
No. I think Mark has a question, but it's not related to this one. But I'll answer it anyways. So Mark, you said like there are different perspectives between a stylized thumbnail versus like Printify product on white background without anything else around it. So there is really no kind of guideline around this. You have to A/B test what works for you. You have to make sure that it works, whatever you choose works for your design. There are people who love minimal aesthetic. They do this white background and very, very clear product photo. There are some type of products where lifestyle shots work better. And you can see it like all over Etsy.
I will say though, so Printify is not only serving Etsy. Printify is serving multiple marketplace, and people that are using Printify are selling on Amazon, their own website, etc. You have to know that on Amazon, it's guideline, like it's a requirement that your thumbnail image is using a white background. So Printify is providing this image because it's a requirement on some marketplaces. On Etsy, the white background is not what's working the best. Like Etsy buyers are behaving differently than Amazon buyers. Surprise, surprise. And so they are like images with a white background will perform less well than something that is more like a lifestyle shot, well lit, nice centered, might work better. Like Nea said though, you can experiment with it and A/B test to see what works best for you and your type of product. But like, you should know that the white background thing, requirement on Amazon, on Etsy, people, they don't like this as much.
And like general rule of thumb is that if you're busy, if your design is busy, your background should be minimalist and vice versa. So you could add fun stuff in the back if you're just using like text designs for your t-shirt or something. So you have to just keep that in mind when you are designing that thing, because busy plus busy doesn't work.
All right.
Okay, Cyril.
All right, so now in our sequence, we started with our primary image. Then on second image, we put a lifestyle shot to help people visualize. As in third image, we highlight the key benefit, what's unique about our product. Why are we selling it here today? On image 4 to 6, we can use these images, so like 4, 5, and 6, to show some details, close up. Very often, a mistake that we see sellers do is to only focus on either lifestyle shots, so I'm going to put 10 mockups of my image, or like 10 lifestyle shots, or they are going to put 10 detailed close-up images where they're going to take their photo of the item, for instance, a ring, under very small angle difference photos. This was very confusing what I said. They're going to take 10 photos of the same item in the same place. They are just going to move a little bit and change a little bit or zoom a little bit. This is not helpful. Like, you only need 2 or 3 things where you highlight important details and show close-up of your product. So like if your product has texture, if you want to show the material quality, if there are some important details that you want to highlight, by all means, use this type of photos, but don't overdo it. You don't need it. You don't need as many as you think of that. Historically, and I don't know if that's still the case in Etsy's listing editor, they were kind of encouraging you to put like a top view or a side view with an angle or a front view.
They changed it.
I think they changed it because like this is a mistake. Like it was kind of encouraging everybody to take 10 photos of the same item in the same room with the same background without actually telling a story or answering any more questions. Okay, so detailed close-up. Let's see what we have here, if we have anything interesting to show. But yeah, oops.
I think you do.
I clicked on the wrong button.
So this is just a painting and it has texture.
Zooming on the painting to show the texture and the fact that it has glitters and gems and 3D in it. On this mock-up here, there is like it's a soft infographic where we are actually zooming on the frame to tell you that there is a high quality image zoom. On this one, it's zooming on the item or like the envelope that comes as well, and it also has like a coin to show the scale. So it can be really useful to show the materials that are being used or the quality details and things that you're focusing on. These are maybe not the best images to highlight this. We'll continue and make this document evolve until it's ready. I know, Paranesh, you said earlier in the chat that you need this, and we will share it when it's ready. Okay. So yes, to come back to like detail and close-up images, do not fail. Like please do not make like 5, 6, 7 of these close-up images or like showing the same item in the same background just with different angles. It is completely useless unless you are really showing something different on each image. Like if you are going a different detail, if you're going to show different details, then yes, you can use multiple images for that. But if it's the same item and you are not showing anything new, do not do that.
Yeah, it's mostly like answering people's questions, like what they might have, like how it is made, how does it look in close? Because so many times people are like, okay, this is not what I thought it would be. So this is going to avoid a lot of those negative reviews or like, this is not as expected kind of, responses.
All right. The next type of image is a very important one, and that many sellers don't put in their listings. It's just a simple size or scale reference. You are buying online comparatively to when you are in the shop and you can hold the object in your hand. You have no idea of the final size of the product. Sometimes the product can be used in different sizes or is available in different sizes, but you have no idea what it looks like. Imagine for the story, you are going to Starbucks and they're asking you if you want a tall, a grande, or a venti, and you're looking at them like, what does that mean? You have no idea. And they show you, like they point to the 3 cups that are showing you the different sizes, and you're like, ah, yes, I want tall or venti, or I never know which one is which. It's just always such a stupid thing. Well, when you are buying on Etsy, you are buying something online that you are only seeing on a couple of pictures. It is also very important that you show and explain the size or the scale of your item. There are multiple ways to do that. So for instance, if it's out on a wall, you can show it next to actual furniture so that people know the rough size of a couch or the rough size of a bed. Therefore, they understand by reference the thing. You can show it in someone's hands. This is very powerful. Really, people understand and manage to project what the thing is like based on how it looks like compared to someone's hands. You can visually display the dimensions, or you can have a size chart. If we take some example of images here, like you can see this light infographic here. Well, no, this is not a light infographic. This is a pretty big infographic here, but like they are showing the scale with the rulers on the size of the item to tell you that it's 3 by 5, 3.5 inches by 3.75 inches. Same thing with this matchbox here, where you can see clearly the dimensions highlighted with the rulers. For this notebook here, it's going to tell you the actual size. Even though it does not show it in situation, you can use your own ruler at least, and you know the final size, so you can measure it if you want to. But it's also showing you more than just the size of the item. It can give you more information, 112 pages or 75 sheets, lined on both sides. Like by adding more details, or like the dimension or the number of pages, this is what people need to know. We saw earlier an image where it was showing the little envelope next to a coin. A coin is a very good reference point to understand size. Or put it next to a ruler. An actual measuring tape can really help people understand the scale. And if something is available in different size, don't hesitate to put it side by side, just to have a sense of scale. I'm kind of surprised that we don't have an image here of an actual size guide, but like if you are selling clothing, then showing actual size guide can be very important. Like what is the difference between a small, a medium, a large, etc. Or if you are sending a print that can be printed on multiple sizes, like A4, A5, A6, all the different like 8 by 10, 11 by 14, etc. Like you need to show people what it looks like so that people can help project. Did you just add this?
Yeah, I had it opened already. I just did that.
Okay. Okay, so yes, size chart, very important for people to understand, especially if you're using print on demand. Your print on demand provider will often provide the actual sizes and the actual measurement of the garments you are using. So might as well share them with the person, because it might be a question that people may have, like, oh, I have a large store, so usually I struggle with t-shirt. I want to make sure like this one is not going to be too tight, and they are used to checking the size charts. By making it available, you avoid having people asking you in the chat like, oh, is this going to be a good size, which is the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is that they drop out of your listing and go and shop somewhere else.
I mean, it's honestly, if it's like clothing and things like jewelry, it is really important to add size chart and how to measure size. I don't know what's going on with my speech. So yeah, like, because there are so many times people are like, oh my God, I didn't know this sweatshirt is so big, or this t-shirt is like, so it is really important to show how do you measure this thing, put a size chart so you can actually tell them like, please read carefully before you order. And the same thing for jewelry also, because it is such a big hassle to resize jewelry that it is almost like the most important image to have, like, how do you measure this? Like, we once ordered a ring for Cyril, which he lost because it was too big.
Oops.
Yeah, like we just didn't know how to measure it, and it was just like so hard. But it is really important to show like how do you measure it and all these things, and put a chart there of like variations you're offering and what is the size.
All right. The next type of image we're going to talk about is something that makes Etsy different. It's the process and behind the scene type of photos. Why does it make it different? People come to Etsy because they want to connect with real artisans and real people selling. They don't want anything mass product, otherwise they will go on Amazon.com or any other website. They come to Etsy because they want something handmade. They want to help a creator. They want to help an artisan. So like helping them connect with you is really something easy you can do to increase your conversion, even if it's by a little bit. There are a lot of these buyers that come with the intent of buying from a small creator and not from a huge brand. So how can you do that? Well, buyers love to see things like your process, like if it's a painting, showing photos that show the sketch phase to the final artwork, or a photo inside your workspace showing how the printing process works, showing the materials being prepared, or the packaging in progress, like using one of your images to show that you are doing things by hand and that you are show and share your craft and your little small business with people is really helping people connect with you. It builds an authenticity. It's an emotional connection with the buyer. It also reassures them that you are a real creator behind this and not somebody trying to make a quick buck reselling things. People are very worried of drop shipping. They are very worried about buying AI art sometimes. And so showing your process and showing how you put piece of yourself inside this into this product is going to really help them. The interesting part about this type of images is that you can make it once and use it on many of your listings. Of course, if your listing is unique and you have like unique photos showing your process making this particular item, fantastic, you should use that. But something more middle ground will be having an image that you can reuse and show your process of who you are, or explain a little bit how you do things that you can reuse between listings. This can be powerful. Let's see what I have here. I don't have much for this section, but like this is just showing like before after. So like if you are going to actually like the fact that it takes a photo and is going to transform it into the final product. This is not exactly what I wanted to show for this section. I'd much rather, I see that Sean is in the call, and I saw recently you updated your photos, and there are like some photos of how you are working with the raw material, like maybe it's gold or the metals that are on a scale or something. Like these are the type of images that help people see that the craft that goes behind creating the item. If you are painting or doing ceramics, we want to see your workshop or your workspace or you painting the thing or a thing. It can be really useful. There is, I don't think it is on this one, but there is this shop. I know that we already showed them a few times, but they made an infographic where they are showing the actual workspace. They are showing that it's like it's handmade. It's not a big machine doing it. Like they are actually people working on building this, and so an infographics or an edited photo can go a long way when it comes to this type of photo. Okay. Next type of image, packaging, what's included. Very often people are going to brush on that and not choose one of their photos to show it, but like people don't know what they will, like they want to know what they will actually receive, what's included, what's not. And they want to, like if they are going to gift that to somebody, they'd love to see that it is gift ready and see the presentation for it. If they are ordering something fragile, they want to know that it's going to be well taken care of. And so having an idea of the packaging can be very useful. So for example, sometimes you want to do the opposite as well. You want to show what is not included. So people have clicked on the thumbnail thinking that they are going to receive this framed artwork, but they you need to let them know that the frame is not included or that the box is not included. Or sometimes when it's a digital file, that they're only going to get a digital file. Unfortunately, you have to you have to say this. Don't show it in too negative a light because you don't want to deter people from buying the thing, but like you need to make it clear what they are going to get. So things like digital file only, no physical item. You may have to use one of your images to say that, or frame not included, include free file. If you could also have like gift box included, if you are doing so, or use an image of the actual packaging to show that it's very well protected. So for instance, we have some examples here of the what's including thing. On this image, it's telling us clearly that we are going to receive the 3-inch ceramic ornament and a free gift box that goes with it. On this one, which is a digital download for a pattern, I believe, it's telling us that there are 7 sizes included, and it's also giving us the sizes. On this one, that is a plant, it's telling us that we are going to receive the actual plant and a 1-gallon black growing pot. For the packaging, I have that as well. For the packaging one, it can be interesting to use one of your images to show what it will look like when you receive it. So for this frame print, you are going to receive a big box that contains your framed print. On this one that was for a plant, it's going to come in a large box and hopefully nicely protected. If it includes a gift box, well, show the gift box, show the dimension of the gift box, show the ornaments inside the gift box, and it helps people understand what they are getting. Okay. Nia, anything you'd like to add on this one?
No, I feel like this packaging information is also kind of combined with the lifestyle shot here. If people notice that, like, okay, I have received it in my home now, how does it look? So that's just an angle sometimes people play. And it's really like, I feel like it converts really well instead of just putting like a boring packaging information.
And if you are going the extra mile and actually doing something more than what's expected, definitely highlight it. For instance, if you are using a print-on-demand provider, it might be like the norm that it's just going to be wrapped in one of these like plastic envelope, which is not particularly well protected, can be ripped during transportation and arrive damaged. But if you take great care and you're actually going to make like special packaging with like a handwritten note and something, and you want to show that it's important to you and your business that the thing arrive undamaged, and that you take the extra step to do that, then highlight it. It makes people feel like they are being taken care of, and this can really help.
Also for print on demand people, like most of the pod websites will show you what packaging they are using. So it's a good idea to kind of maybe take a picture from their website. Like I do that for my wall, especially for canvas and wall art posters, or describe what kind of packaging they are going to receive. You could add that information directly from their websites. Because some of them are like recycled, sustainable, all these things go in line with what Etsy likes. So even though it's like not a fun looking plastic bag, it is sustainable, which kind of resonates with some people. You don't have much control in what kind of packaging they send, but they do disclose it depending on the printer you use. Yeah, if you do print on demand, because that's the biggest problem.
If you print
a lot
at
of
home
times
and you're actually sending and packaging things yourself, you have control over the quality of what you're going to sell. And of course, it costs a little more, and it maybe takes a little more time to do it. But this is this going the extra mile that might make the difference when everybody is doing the bare minimum. Everybody else is doing the bare minimum, and you're doing a little extra. Show it.
It does help become like bring more repeat buyers to your shop, though. If their experience when they receive something is beautiful, they will just trust your shop more and want to buy more from your shop in the future.
And this is why you will see people on Instagram or YouTube showing you these cool videos of them just packaging an order. And it's beautiful. And you're like, wow, I wish I was receiving this type of packages and not just a standard bubble wrap item. When they take great care about the packaging themselves, and I'm going to like fold it very nicely and put like a beeswax tampon thing, and then like a handwritten thing with flowers. You're like, wow, they spent 10 minutes just crafting my order, when most sellers will just toss it in a bag, close it, the stamp on it.
It's the
So like if you are
that
doing if you are doing extra, highlight it.
Yeah, you like it is really like the experience that will make and break the review you receive. Because if you did take the special care and make them feel special when they unpackage, it's already like bringing a smile to their face. And that's the whole goal of selling cool things.
Yes. And remember again that sometimes people are buying are buying a gift for somebody else. And so like when they are doing that, especially if you position your listing as a gift, do not hesitate to put extra effort in packaging and showing it in your images, because this might be the one thing that makes them click the buy button. Like that's like I want them to have like a special like a gift box or something nice when they open it. All right. Next image goes.
Etsy used to have this option, like gift wrapping option, but they removed it from new listings, where buyers could request gift wrapping.
You have seen it recently, though. I'm not sure it's completely removed, but it's
it's a legacy feature. It's not in the new ones, but some people add it in their variations, like add gift box or like add wrapping or things like that.
All right. The next type of image, brand story. It kind of goes with the process behind the scene. But like sometimes just if you have a story or like show your face on one of the images, show that you are a human, show who you are, what's your inspiration, show a little bit of your creative process. It does not have to be long. It can be like really short, but like it humanizes your brand, and it helps build trust, and it helps align with the type of buyers that Etsy's have, which is people that come to create a connection with a brand. So like, do not hesitate to show your face, to tell a little bit your story. I don't know if we have examples of this, but yeah, okay. So I was talking earlier about this candle shop. Yeah, they're telling you that they make the candles themselves, or this shop is telling the founder story, and she's talking about a journey and what took her to build this shop, and the fact that 100% of the gift they make creates the second chance and pay the people that work on the shop. Sometimes it's just a simple image with a photo showing faces and explaining a little bit the story of the shop. All right. Not spending too much more time on this, but the next one that goes hand in hand with that is social proof. It is optional, and it's really hard when you are getting started because you don't have that many sales and reviews. But as soon as you have sales and reviews, you should use these. Use social proof. If you are a star seller, highlight the fact that you are a star seller. If you have many customer reviews and good ones, take one or two that are saying something really nice about what makes you unique. The fact that it was really nice package, or that they really like the art once they receive. Take those customer reviews and highlight them. Use one of your image to highlight testimonials. If your customers are sharing actual photos with their permission, you can probably use them as your marketing material. As in one of the image, you can highlight the fact that you have happy customers, that you have 5-star reviews, that you have 1,000 5-star reviews, that you have star seller. That like if you have a bestseller and things like this, like do not hesitate to highlight this. This is social proof. This is showing other people are buying this, so you should feel at ease. I am a serious and reputable seller, and you're in good hands. You can buy from me. Examples of this social proof can be images like this, just like showing that you have had this shop has like 50,000 happy customers and showing 5 stars. That's awesome. This one is showing photos from their customers with their reviews. It's a little small. It's going to be really hard to read what they actually said, but so there are probably too many. But it's doing the effect of showing like this is what the product looks like in the hands of my customers, and they give me 5 stars for that. Similarly here, showing like a bunch of 5-star reviews just to highlight that people are happy. It's a very powerful slide. Again, you can reuse that between listings. You can use Listadum bulk edit to add the same image at the end of all your listings or something like this. This does not hurt to have, and it actually helps your conversion generally. All right, and the final type of image is variations, options. Depending on your listings, you may want to show an excerpt of that earlier, like when we were talking about the key benefits in image 3 or the details and close-up. Here, maybe like you could be already showing the fact that there are multiple variations, but you may want to use your images 12 and above to show more details about the variations. You want to put that more at the end because not everybody needs this detail. You want to like answer the questions people may have first and build trust and build interest first, and then show more of the details towards the end. So for instance, if you have many colors available, you may want to use your additional images to show different colors, different size, different example of what it looks like once it's personalized, etc. Do not rely on the drop-down menus. So like if you are using variations and then you go in like in the drop-down and it's saying like, which color do you want? Do you want sage, military green, something like this? And people have no idea which color is which. Not good. You want to use your variation image to show and annotate what is what so that people understand what to select when they select that in
Also, like
the drop down.
as much as possible, try to connect your variation to the image. Right now, I think it's only possible to do it in Etsy. I don't think we do that, Cyril, right?
No, we don't.
Yeah, but as much as possible, if your listing doesn't have too many variations, at least try to connect them, because it's just a better experience that I select gray and it shows me on the screen that how the gray is going to look like.
Yes, totally. And so in a couple example images here, you may have like these images showing you the different colors that are available or the different variation with different animals for this one. If there is personalization involved, you really want to show people what it is possible to personalize. So like definitely annotate what can be personalized. These are very light infographics. You don't need to be a crazy good designer to make this, but these are very important to show the different variation and options that are available to the buyer. Okay, once this guide is ready and we share it with people, then there is more information about each type. So like everything that we've shown you, they are like example images that we've been browsing Etsy, and we continue to browse Etsy, and we kind of try and highlight things that we think are well done. It's important for you to try to keep like a common theme, a common style, like try to keep things on brand and create your own system for making these images. But we truly believe that adding like a mix of these different type of images is going to tell a better story about your product and help the buyer going from I'm interested, I clicked in search, to I want this, and I click on the add to cart and I purchase, I make the purchase. Okay. That was a lot of me and Nea talking. I'd love to hear if you guys have more questions or anything
Avnesh has
we
a
may
question.
answer. Yes, please.
What types of words or keywords for alt text should be used with pictures? We haven't really touched on alt text in this playbook. I guess that's missing.
Yeah, we can definitely add that. That's a good question. So the alt text, for those who don't know, is this invisible text that is attached in the code next to your image, so that search engines like Google and sorry, let me rewind this. This is not the primary purpose of alt text. The primary purpose of alt text is to actually help people that have disabilities, like that are
Visually impaired.
Visually impaired is the term. Thank you. And that are using devices that can read out loud what is on the image. This is the primary purpose of the alt text. The secondary purpose of the alt text is that it also helps search engines like Google, Bing, and like ChatGPT and all these things that are actually reading the code and not actually looking at your image, understand what's in there. So if you don't do anything by default, Etsy is already going to create an alt text for all your images using AI, just describing what's in the image. The thing is that the AI oftentimes doesn't exactly know what they are seeing, so they are going to say, I don't know, like a blue book on a white background. The blue book says X, something like this. So we highly encourage you to override this alt text by setting your own. Ideally, and in the best, like the best thing you could be doing is to create a description that actually describe what's in the image and not use the same title for every single alt text. Ideally, each image will have a different alt text that really describe what's in there. But you also want to make it a little more keyword rich. So like instead of saying a blue book on a white background, it could be something like a blue personalized a blue notebook personalized for something on a white background. And so you start adding keywords that are important to your keyword to your listing inside the alt text on top of describing what's in the image. This is the most powerful thing because it does two birds, one stone. On one hand, it helps visually impaired people understand what's in the image. And on the other hand, it helps Google understand a little bit better what this image is about and what your listing is about. So you want to do
and you don't want to use it for keyword stuffing. It's not really that important when it comes to search algorithm. It is a good to have, and honestly, I feel the people who are running Etsy and other Shopify shops and all, it's almost a requirement because accessibility is very big requirement on shops that are outside of Etsy. But yeah, don't use it for keyword stuffing. Try to describe the product as much as possible. That's just the best use.
Mark, you're asking a question about will that be something Listadum will eventually do instead of just using the title? It's something that Listadum already does. If you go in each image individually, it will there's a button there to use the AI helper, and it's going to look at your image, figure out what's in there, and try to incorporate your keywords.
Do you want to just show it, Cyril?
I guess I could do that.
We don't know how well it works.
It works well. It works well. A moment.
The thing is, you have to do it for each image. Each image is kind of different.
Yes, each image
so it
is
really
kind
depends
of
on how much
so like,
bandwidth you have.
You can use the AI helper here, and it's going to actually look at your image to tell what it is, but it also knows everything else about your listing, so your title, your description, your tags, and it's going to try and make a title. Wait, it's so slow. To do it. It is not available in bulk because some people will abuse it, and it will cost us way too much money to run it at scale. But it is possible for you to do. So here we have like a better thing with it tells us like it's a virtual art frame mockup, and it describes what the image is, but at the same time, it is using some of the keywords from that listing, which is an art frame mockup, like by default. And if we are just looking at the image, you will not necessarily know all these details.
I mean, right. I would say if you want to like go the extra mile, do it for your thumbnail images at least. And yes, Mark, to your point, like Cyril, it is confusing for people to click on that I button, I think.
Noted. I agree.
Can we use Etsy shop name in the alt text?
There's really no point doing that.
No point though, but sure. I mean, why would you want to do that?
You can, but like, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. So remember the alt text, like it's going to give you. It's a nice to have to optimize them with keywords because it can help you appear a little better in Google search results and places like this, but it's very minimal. Like if you look at these alt text alerts in Listadum, they are marked as low impact because they are very low impact. Don't put too much time and energy into that. It's a nice to have.
Okay. Any other questions? We are open. Cyril, maybe you can stop sharing if you want, or not. Do you? We are open for questions, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask.
Yes, and we talked a lot about listing images, but of course, if you have other questions on other topics, like we're happy to answer.
Use of Etsy images for Pinterest and Instagram.
Yes, why not?
I mean, Pinterest we already have, right? You're using it?
Pinterest, we highly recommend. Like, we highly recommend to at least set it up with the auto pins. The thing is, your email. So Etsy and Pinterest are very similar in many ways, in the sense that they are visual search engines. And so if you make a very good image that work and stop the scroll and capture the attention of somebody in Etsy search results, this same image will have the same potential on Pinterest. And so, yes, you should definitely also use it for pins. Instagram, it might be interesting to use. It might not have the same effect because Instagram people will probably relate a lot more with the lifestyle shots and nice picture rather than things that are like annotated and infographics. I might be wrong. I'm not the biggest user of Instagram. Yeah, what do you think?
I feel that honestly, if I were to do it, I would create a carousel of my Etsy images on Instagram so that like the whole listing is there. The only kind of technical challenge we have for Instagram right now is that when we post on Pinterest, we can put the URL of your listing. Instagram is a much complicated setup. So the ideal way of doing that would be like make a carousel, put a like tag of your product so people can just buy it from there. Otherwise, just posting an image, it helps, but I don't know, does it really help? But aesthetically, yeah, if you just want to like fill your feed, that's definitely possible. You can use your Etsy images for that.
Yes, and your thumbnail image should always be your most beautiful, most polished, more
yes and no, because
image. So like
thumbnail images that are going on Etsy like have stickers, information, like things people are using for conversion in search engines.
That's right.
I think your lifestyle images do better on Instagram.
Yes,
because they are aesthetic, they are built for your feed. So that is one benefit of your lifestyle images. Instagram does accept square images, so that's a good thing, I guess. No aspect ratio conflict like Pinterest.
All right. Is there any question or maybe a suggestion to hold a full live session for a fresh listing creation through Listadum using snippets, templates, and profile? This is definitely something we could do. Although it is so fast to do it through Listadum that the live session will take only 5 minutes. I'm kidding. All right. Maybe
Paresh, we did publish the videos though. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, you've been asking for guides, so guides are available now. All right. We've talked a lot about the listing images. If anybody wants to share yes, they are. If anybody wants to share the link to one of their listing and want us to look at it through the angle of the listing image playbook we just shared and the different type of images, do not hesitate. We have like another 15-20 minutes that we can use. Otherwise, I don't know.
So Paresh, like just send us a recommendation of what videos you want, because these were kind of created for quick guide.
Yes, and Also, I don't know how much longer a video on templates can be. Because it
That's
is-
the thing. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. A good day. All right, folks. Last chance to share the URL to one of your listing you'd like us to look at, so that we look at your listing images and comment based on what we talked about today. Otherwise, we can give back some time and go back on a merry way. The day has started.
Going 3, 2, 1. All right, I guess that's it
Excellent.
today.
Thank you very much. I hope this was useful for you guys. We are working on this listing image playbook. It's going to be available at some point, maybe as a PDF form or something that you will be able to download. And there will be information about these different types of images we've been talking about, as well as image examples, so that you can find inspiration and ideas. We highly recommend you all to look at your listings today and try to think about how you can use images better to tell a story. It should be a mini movie that go from I'm interested to I need this, I want this, and answer the questions people may have before they have them. And these questions are often the same for your niche. They might be things like, what size is this actually? How is it going to look in my home? Is it going to arrive safely? Am I going to have to pay duty and tariffs when it arrives? Which colors are available? What is the name of this color that the model is wearing? These are the questions people may have.
Thank you, Pavnesh. Send a listing. I also want to give a shout out to Sean for working hard on the images. They look amazing. So I'm very happy about that. Okay, Cyril, we have Pavnesh and Sean sent 2 listings, so you can probably.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing this. Let's
just on the closing remarks.
All right. Well,
this one seems to be popular. Almost 1,000 favorites.
Yeah, it's been here for 3 years and it seems to have like some traffic going on. So that's awesome. Well, the thing is, you are getting a lot of views, and then there is the question of, are you getting a lot of sales from it? This image that you are using as a thumbnail image seems to be working really well. It is showing you with fingers, full scales. It is showing the entire item well centered, well lit. So that works. You get a lot of views, but then do you convert them? That's a different question. In order to convert them, as we've been discussing, it's nice to use and tell a little bit of a story. And here, what do we see? We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different images that show exactly the same thing. So you are not necessarily answering more questions. Like we were saying, like showing the same item.
Like how long is this ring and how wide?
Yeah,
right.
Showing the same item in different angle or in exactly the same setup is not helping people answering questions they may have. So like you probably only need 3 of these, and you definitely want to highlight how it looks like on a finger. So like this is interesting to have. You may use one of these images here and put like a size annotation on it, just for the sake of using both a lifestyle photo, but also answering people question, the question people may have.
Here we have, is the sales on this item dropping? I'm curious to know that. Is it like once a popular item and now it's dropping, or is it still like doing good? Pavnesh.
Well, while Pavnesh is answering this question, the size guide here is a...
Due to rising cost of silver, I don't think so. It's not that expensive ring. I mean...
Well, it can be depending on the size. No.
I mean, how different can it be?
Yeah.
Size is not that, right?
It probably, if people are more like price sensitive, I will guess that this listing done this way may have worked really well a few years ago, and now people are
Yeah.
expecting a lot more of what we've been talking about today. They are not expecting Amazon level of images yet, but like it's going in that direction where they need more than just seeing the image, 6 images of the same product on the same fingers in the same background. They don't
I
need
feel
that.
like it's just the same thing. Like it's not following the aesthetic of listing images that Etsy buyers are expecting now, right? Like especially from jewelry. Would you agree?
Yeah,
And because maybe it
yeah,
was maybe once a star's. Sorry, say again.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to convert them one by one.
Yeah,
I'm
I
changing.
feel that for you, the product has already proven that it sells. It's just like now you need to upgrade your images.
Yes, correct.
And this image, this size chart, for example, information is great, but I would just do it more prettier somehow.
Yeah, it's very overwhelming too. Like there's a lot going on here, and it's always the problem with ring sizes, as you have like so many options, and this one doesn't have that many options comparatively speaking. But like like doing slightly better. Yeah, like you are using a slide for social proof, which is great, showing that you have made already more than 3,500 sales, that you have 5-star reviews. These two numbers here are, I'm not exactly understanding. Okay, people don't necessarily rating. Okay, that's good. Explaining what's unique about it. So like, see, for instance, here you are talking about the fact that it's high quality 925 sterling silver. Use one of these images to point at it and show that it is sterling silver as part of your images. You want to use this thing that we've been talking about. So if we go back to our image types that we've been talking about, your main image is good, and then you use a lifestyle shot or two, it's good, but then you don't have anything that explains the key benefits. And here the key benefits that you have, and you are talking about it here, is that it's an ethically sourced gemstone, that it's high quality sterling silver, that it's handmade. You are not showing that into your picture, besides this long list here that is frankly too long.
Yeah.
And then you have a
When we
last
talked
image
about
where
this
you are
slide
actually
before.
highlighting some customer reviews. So like social
So here
proof
is the thing
is
about this
important.
slide though. We
Not
can't use
fake though.
stock images. We can't use stock images, first of all. And then secondly, it's Etsy's rule to use customers' faces without their consent. So people might think like, hey, if I post a review, they might post us here. So I don't know, like use caution when you want to use these kind of images. And it might just work against you because they look not real.
Yeah. Okay, I'll change it.
So I think we have talked about this for minutes. I need you to create a listing template, okay, before you do anything. A listing template for all the images you will be putting it, and start making it in Canva if you want. And
Yes.
then
And then
It
go
will
through this list that we went through today. So primary image, so like as we say, your mail thumbnails, then a lifestyle in-use photo, then 1 or 3 images that show the key benefit. Something that shows the key benefits, something that matters. So it can be a soft infographic. Then you can have some detailed close-up if they matter. Size scale reference. Show a little bit of your process, show that it's something that there's a human working in there, and that it's a small business, small artisan that they are buying from. The fact that you are shipping from India, you should definitely use one image to show that, I don't know, duty is paid and there's no surprise when it arrives to you in the US. If you want to convert more in the US, that's what you will want. They don't want to buy a ring for $70, and once it arrives at the door, it costs you another $70 to get it. Your brand story, you already have this image and social proof. This is great, and you don't need variation in your case. So like follow this thing, and you will have like the structure of a listing for this particular ring with 10 images, and you follow this and you make it cleanly, and you will see that it will increase your conversions significantly. Is my guess. I have almost zero doubt. If you are getting the views, you just need to do that and you will get more sales.
Yeah, I feel you just need to sit down and kind of revamp your shop a little bit.
Just like
and you are just doing these minor changes here and there and hoping that things will just magically change. It will not.
Okay.
So yeah, let's just like work on kind of rebranding the shop and putting it in like a better aesthetic. Okay, let's look at Sean's shop. First of all, thank you for putting this together, Sean. I'm very excited about this. So,
all right, so we talked about it last time, and it looks like you have changed a lot. First of all, you don't have 7 photos of the same thing. Okay, it looks like it's going to be interesting. So similarly, you are getting daily views. This listing has been there for a very long time. So I'm going to assume it's going to be a similar situation here, where you probably had more sales in the past and they've been declining. And so it's important to follow the trend and aesthetics in terms of how a listing is done. Like having 5 photos of the ring is not enough anymore. So you have already done the work here, where you start by so you have a video, which is good because it shows it in real light and what it actually looks like, and alongside some other things. Okay, why not? Here you start immediately with a different angle of the photo. I will go as far as saying, based on what we've said, that you should start more maybe with a lifestyle photo, something where the ring is worn
placed
by
in
somebody.
Yeah, okay.
And something not necessarily in a white box, white background. So yeah, maybe something closer to that. You have infographic on the third image. What does it show? It shows interesting forever, even if you travel, it will fix it. Okay. So it's interesting. What I like about this here is that you are using images of your workspace. Like I like that. Here you have some guarantees. The guarantees are placed maybe a little too early in the process. Here you are on image number 3, already talking about breaking your ring and the fact that it's going to be repaired. It's a nice thing to have, but I will put the guarantees more down. You still are in the first few pictures trying to convince people that they want to buy this. So showing more like of this photo, what's unique about the ring. So what do we have here? We have going reviews, comes gift ready, more angle photo. Okay, that's a little weird here. It looks like a screenshot that has a primary tag in it, a size guide. So Pavanesh, here you have like a size guide is made in 2 images. Might be like Pavanesh, your image has both images in one, and it's very dense. This one is also pretty dense,
but it's also like
very pixelated.
blur. It's a little blur, so I would say it's painful, but sit and like make it again. If you took an image from somewhere, it's not like helpful here because it's kind of like all the good images. This one is like here, I just slapped it together. So, okay. So,
all right. So I will, Sean, like you already have a ton of different of the different images that we've been talking about, which is great. I will go, like I think in this listing, reordering a little bit the images might be useful or something interesting to test. This image on an actual background and this image where the ring is being worn by somebody, I will put them in the first, like in image 2 and 3, for instance.
Yeah.
I would like you have a ton of images that are answering people on how it's going to be shipped. The fact that it comes gift ready is kind of a very nice key benefit. I will put that also earlier. So like maybe if 2 and 3 are already used, I will put it in 4, because this is something like, this is a very nice looking image and it shows that it comes with a box and everything. Put it up. People then project and say like, okay, that looks really nice. That's what I want. After that, you can answer more of the questions and talk more about your shop. So size guide can be important for people to choose. I will put it up.
Have you guys looked on Etsy if people are selling these templates?
Okay, forward. The size guide.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm sure somebody's selling that.
Somebody is probably selling size guide for rings. That must exist.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Sean, reordering this thing to tell the story in a different way. So, first of all, you show the item and how cool it's going to look once they wear it or once it's put on a table. Then you show that it comes in a nice box. Then you help people figuring out the right size, and then you tell a little more about your story. So who you are. Like this is a very good thing here. You are showing your like who you are. Then you can use the guarantees and shipping information. Then you definitely go into social proof, and maybe you can squeeze 1 or 2 more of these photos or keep them at the end the way you've done. And like just keeping the same image but reordering them will already be nice. And then it's more a question of making sure that your style guide, like this is an important thing, how to choose the right size for your ring. So make sure that this is not as blur here and it's maybe closer to the top. All right.
Yeah,
I
there are
guess
people
this is it
selling
for
like
today.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are people selling ring size slides. I would just buy those.
Ring
Then
size.
like look at this.
Ring size.
Sometimes it's like not worth wasting time on creating stuff like this. Just like so many people on Etsy are selling these stuff. I would also say that it's almost worth it to sell like a ring sizer or a measurement thing in your shop. Say send a link, Cyril.
Oh, you did send it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I don't know much about rings, so I don't want to pick anything for you guys, but like these slides look cute, right? I don't know why they are $12, but
all right. I guess this is it for today. I hope this was useful. We talked about a lot of things. The document, once ready, will be available and we'll send it to everybody as part of our newsletter so that you know about it and can download it. The video of this recording will be available on YouTube soon, maybe today or tomorrow. And as always, we are looking forward to work with you. So do not hesitate to reach out if you have more questions as you are working. We really highly recommend that you look at your listing, look at how you are working with images and start adding more of what we talked about today, the different type of images and telling a story, answering people's questions. You got this. We are here to help. If you have questions, do not hesitate to send them. And otherwise, we will see you in about 2 weeks to do more of a listing critique and and spend more time on individual listings. Now, any closing note?
Nope. Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for attending. Have a very nice rest of the day, all night, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.